family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do.
Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Proverbs 16:18.
Baby, I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say what you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me live my life.
Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Damn. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's gonna say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's gonna get your energy back up.
It was all good just a week ago, but now it's a wrap for Shannon. Now we have arrived at the juncture where we find out just how bad the country-talking white girl walking and stalking motormouth from the South just got slapped into reality like a child in a grocery store on an overload of sugar. This is the statement he put out yesterday. Now, let's address something here. The quite obvious that people are starting to understand. This has gone outside of the public perception of this situation. This is a legal matter and involves two parties with two very different accounts and stories behind their relationship that we are not privy to the intricate personal details of. Aside from these two going through lawyers to spill tea on each other, this isn't any of our business. But when you do shit like leaking your DMs to prove innocence, or leaking voicemail messages and recorded phone calls to establish guilt, you just pulled us into your world that should have never been heard by anyone other than a trial judge. Here we are in 2025, where everyone's podcast DC superhero has been befallen by none other than his own damn ego. Ladies and gents, the truth is this. I don't honestly believe Shannon decided to step away from ESPN. I think ESPN decided to sit him down and told him to take his country ass home and think about how he just grenaded his whole career over a woman whose sole job was to separate him from his money. You see, ESPN has people they have to answer to. It's called Disney, and they call the shots. They have to launch an internal investigation, and once everything is confirmed to be either true or not, they will make a decision on his fate. But based on those voice recordings, it's liking rather bad for Mr. Sharpe, at least in the court of public opinion. Me personally, I knew that was coming when I saw this.
But I'm not the boss. Those are other folks. There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear we are taking this matter very seriously, and we are looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. And that is all he said. And I can mention his name because I received his permission to say that. I don't know what that means. In my perfect world, this equates to Jay-Z, where the case ultimately dropped.
This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby.
Baby, I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
When you tried to say that, what you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Dang, Mo.
We are taking this matter very seriously. And we are looking into this very, very closely.
With Uncle Shay Shay on one condition. Uncle Shay Shay, no more snow bunnies after this scandal. If you cannot promise me that you will never seek the company of another snow bunny, I cannot stand with you. Uncle Shay Shay.
I heard something about 50 or 25,000 a cheek.
25,000 a cheek.
That's what she texted him. She need 25,000 per cheek.
What are you doing with a cheek to pay 25?
He's temporarily stepping down from his ESPN duties. He says the sexual assault allegations against him are, quote, false and disruptive. Sharpe has denied all allegations. A representative for the plaintiff could not immediately be reached for comment.
Faces serious accusations as a new lawsuit filed in Nevada where a woman alleges rape and SA. Ooh, we'll break it all down, plus drive.
So Shannon Sharpe has been hit with a lawsuit for $50 million for the bad type of assault against a woman. Now, I want to make something clear before I start yapping, because some people are probably going to be pissed off at what I got to say. I don't know much about this dude. Like, he used to be a football player. Now he has a podcast. That's all I know. I'm not preferential with this dude. I want to address something because I think a lot of these lawsuits are getting way sketchy out of hand, and this is a perfect example of that type of thing. Now, I don't know if this dude did this or not. I'm not saying that he did. I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm saying if he did do this, why aren't you going to the police? If he's such a crazy villain, why aren't you trying to get him off the streets so he can't hurt you or other people? Why aren't you trying to make the streets safer instead of just trying to get that bag? It's selfish and it's lame. Now, if you feel entitled to some money after you take it to law enforcement, press charges, and try to get the streets a little bit safer, cool, man, run it. Get it how you live.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. It is what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
I don't know that mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
And I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah, I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
Wait a minute. Flag on the play.
We had multiple fouls during the plays by both teams.
So in my honest opinion about this situation, my thoughts have been reduced to the idea that Shannon isn't too bright or does not actually have anyone with good counsel in his ear, giving him sound advice. If they did, they wouldn't have allowed him to put himself and possibly his staff at Club Shay Shay and his family in jeopardy by his actions subsequent to the lawsuit. Someone should have told him to avoid that situation with Homegirl because obviously she knew something that he didn't, which is surprising at his age to not know one of these when you see one. to address something else. And this is going to be a sensitive subject for some of you, but it needs to be talked about. Some of you have probably dealt with this situation growing up, especially to the ladies out there of a certain age. We have to discuss the horrifyingly obvious age gap between Shannon and his accuser, who, if the math is correct, actually have been dealing with each other since 2022, when allegedly she was 19.
And even if it is a money grab, even if it is a shakedown, you deserve to be shook down, okay? Because that girl was 19 and you was 54 when you met her. Y'all need to find people y'all old age and stop being weird. Stop being weird, because this is getting very weird.
Shannon Sharpe is a walking case study for why y'all should listen to black women. Number one, Monique told him to leave them little girls alone and go get him a grown-ass woman. Did he listen? No. Now look. Number two, black women been telling y'all he didn't like black women. Just because he has kids by a black woman, because those were the women he was in proximity to, doesn't mean that he actually likes black women. So I don't think that there's a black woman alive that's actually shocked by the nature of those text messages and the kinks that Shannon Sharpe is into. Number three, black women kept telling y'all how weird it was that this 50, 60-year-old man kept talking about he's single for this reason, single for that reason, he's a high-value man, won't do this, won't do that. And now comes out that he's paying $25K per ass cheek, allegedly.
Well, you all are just really tickled by that, aren't you? You try walking in those shoes.
Nobody is shocked by that. Shannon Sharpe is... Shut up, Ashley. And number four, y'all was all up in arms when Tracy Ellis Ross says that she dates younger men because the men her age have a misogynistic and a sexist mindset. Okay. And sure, let's just say that 50-something-year-old woman pops out with a 30-year-old man is completely different than the 60-year-old man popping out with that 19-year-old girl. Y'all like to pretend that age differences don't matter when they most certainly do. And the only reason why she is 19 and not younger is because that's legal. I hope that helps.
They're going to make an example out of him. They're going to make an example out of him. The more audios and text messages that release, it's disturbing. We all know what she was doing. We know. But you too damn old and big and black to have fallen for that trap. Any woman that look at you and don't run is because she knows what you're worth. She knows what's in your pocket. And you should have known that. And honestly, I can't get mad and I can't feel sorry, and I'm not protesting. I'm just going to see this all through. And I hope he was already able to secure that $100 million contract for the podcast before it's too late. Because a lot of times those companies see all this type of negative publicity, they don't want to continue. And what gets me is the type of job you do. You talk crap. This is your job. You sit with other celebrities and talk crap about other celebrities. Now you're going to be the main topic on your own podcast. How does that make you feel? For somebody like him, he should have been within 2 yards of a situation like this. He should have known better. You got to live and learn.
Monique was saying that I need to date, older women.
Yeah, that's what you need, huh? That's what you need, man.
Why y'all, hold on, Ocho. And they talk about, and somebody, I read a comment, I don't know why these older men want to date these young girls that can be old enough, that can be young enough to be their daughters and don't find that creepy. I respond to say, I don't know why these women be in everybody's business and don't find that creepy. But why, hold on, but if Stella can get her groove back, Shay gonna get his groove back. How Shay got his groove back?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't say nothing for Stella, because I remember I went to the movie and you clapping. Yeah, child. Do it, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Now all of a sudden, O'Shea trying to get his groove back. That's a problem.
You know, my problem with this whole situation isn't that she's white. It's not that she's 20 and he's 50-something. It's not that he was paying all this money for the box. It's the fact that she's a Mississippi 7. She is an Orlando 5.5. And as rich and famous and in shape as you is. And you funny. We all know being funny whole weight. You are in the Hall of Fame. Yet I sleep with finer women than you do? She one of them girls that if she turned around and if she angled the right way, she could make a little butt, but like, really? This is the broad you letting extort you, huh? And you was letting her talk crazy to you? Want you to put a big black baby in me?
Uncle Shannon Sharpe is a perfect case study and example as to why there's an epidemic amongst black, famous, successful, rich men, and that they're always suffering. Their fate is always suffering at the hands of a mid-white woman. Average at best, to be honest with you. It's always an Ohio 6 that's like ruining the lives of these like great, successful black, entrepreneurs and figureheads. Why? We throwing away the empire potentially for a 19-year-old OnlyFans chick? She looked like iCarly, dog. She's not even Margaret Robbery. She's an Ohio white. I don't even know how to say that lady's name because I don't be frequent in those circles and like things like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm lactose intolerant. But Shannon Sharpe, I can't be the only one who saw when there was a $50 price tag and bounty on Uncle Shannon Sharpe's head. I was like, let me go see what this girl looks like at least. That's like middle of America, like hot. Not even really hot. Like, why are you not going for the Tracy Ellis Rosses, the Nia Longs, the creme de la creme? You know what? Forget I asked that. Why are you just not going for women that are like a little bit closer to your age? Hell, 25, 30, you're going for 19-year-old OnlyFans chicks. You're risking your entire empire for a chick who is texting you consistently saying, put a black baby in me. I want a big black baby.
We now know that Shannon Sharpe did try to settle with his accuser for at least $10 million. This was revealed yesterday by his attorney in a phone call that they had with a bunch of different media outlets. But prior to this phone call, and I believe what sparked the phone call, was the fact that there was this audio released by TMZ. But in the audio is a phone call between the accuser and Shannon Sharpe. Let's take a listen to the phone call.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, no, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yeah, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
So Shannon Sharpe put out a statement that he's stepping away from his duties at ESPN, which is all well and good, because of everything that's going on. You don't want to be a distraction. In a perfect world, that would make sense, but let's be very clear and frank about something. He did not step away from his duties at ESPN. That's what his camp and him, that's what he wants you to believe, that he decided to be noble and step away. But the truth is ESPN told him to get his country ass out of here. That man is being accused of now multiple counts of SA and being aggressive in the workplace. ESPN told him, go on with that bullshit. ESPN is a conglomerate who is owned by Disney, which is a bigger conglomerate, meaning that they have HR departments and human resources out the ass that do not play that stuff. They told him, yo, get your shit together and then maybe we'll think about bringing you back. But the truth is, he ain't coming back. That man is cooked and fried like your mother's Thanksgiving turkey.